Alright, you filthy degenerates. You want tier lists? Let's do a tier list. It's waifu time, definitive edition. Let's talk about it.
Unicorn Overlord.
Hello everyone, if you like definitive answers about the hottest women in video games, then you're talking to the right guy. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know how wrong your opinions about waifus are in the comments, especially if you disagree with me. We're gonna get into it. Alcina, S tier, top of the tier waifu, blue hair, straight hair, mole under one eye, sultry, scheming, conniving, but an absolute trash wife when it comes down to it. I love it. She's awesome. S tier. Amalia, S tier. Giant woman, will kick your ass, will kick my ass, is possessed, huge, muscular, we all love her, tomboy master, S tier. Berengaria, S tier. Goth Dami Mommy, 100% will annihilate you with an axe and then insult you about it afterwards. Looks great no matter what she's wearing. Love her, she's phenomenal. Top of the line. Berenice, A tier. Pretty good, not Amalia tier. Thick thighs save lives, but not nearly as big and as powerful. Tomboy, purple hair, good stuff, but not as big on her as I thought that I would be, but she's still really good. A tier. Celeste, D tier. Know nothing about her, no idea about her personality. She's just a Griffin Master, which means she has some particularly huge assets, but that's like half the women in Unicorn Overlord, so I really can't give her any points for that. Pretty generic, not particularly interested. Moving on. Chloe, B tier. 100% dependable, can cook, will care for you, extremely reliable, extremely loyal. Can't really give her any points for any negatives, but she's also kind of generic, so B tier it is. Dina, D tier for Dina. I'm not a furry. I'm not interested. For those of you who love her, I'm sorry, but she's D tier. I don't make the rules. It just is how it is. Eltalinda, A tier. Very good. Elves, we know what they're made for. High quality, demure, cute, fun, powerful. Gotta love her, but she does lose out to her sister in a lot of ways. We'll talk about that soon. Fran, A tier. Fun, strong, cute design, able to fly on a griffin that she presumably tamed or at least trained with. That's pretty awesome. I would absolutely take her out on a date. A tier is where she belongs. Galadmir, D tier. Don't know anything about her. Don't know anything about her personality. There are better elves in the game. I'm not interested at all. She goes at the bottom. Hilda, S tier. Has all the benefits of being a tamer of flying beasts who can absolutely kick your ass, while also having red hair and being so strong in her convictions that she'll do the wrong thing for the right reasons. And that is hot, and she looks great in scale mail. S tier, easily. Elenia, S tier. Like, you want to talk about Dami mommies? Well, how about a queen? Let's talk about queens in this house. That's Elenia. She's amazing. Will destroy you with a claymore and prevent you from ever even touching her unless she wants you to, with the dual shields that she has, one on either arm. This is a woman who leads countries. What do you think she's going to do with you? Kitra, C tier. Nothing particularly wrong with her. Not really my type, but it seems like she has a fun personality, and she's got to have something going on if she can swing that giant hammer around. But her weird wing hair kind of puts me off a little bit. Not really a huge fan of it. Moving on. Ridiel, you want to talk about baddies with black hair? S tier. Elves, love them. Half-elves, love them even more. Archery, love it. Guess what she has? All of those things. Awesome design, interesting character, compelling storyline, and she's attractive. S tier. Rylanor, C tier. She's just an elven fencer, but with a unique haircut, I guess. Not particularly interesting, a little bit boring. There's better elves in the game, like Ridiel. C tier. Nothing particularly wrong with her, she's just not particularly my type. Lisa, C tier. Again, not particularly my type. She's an archer, but with a crossbow, which is cheating. Other than that, she lives in a desert and she sells stuff sometimes. Not particularly interesting. Can't really put her any higher than that. Melisandre, B tier. Little bit too thirsty, little bit too desperate. Fun design, attractive, good color scheme, has good chemistry with Elaine. She just comes on a little bit too strong, and she's a little bit too noodly for my tastes. Nothing wrong with her, very thoroughly middle of the road. Can't put her any higher than that. Monica, A tier. Love a woman who can ride a horse. Love a blonde baddie. Love someone who is not afraid to stand up for what she believes in and fights the good fight while commanding people in a war. Gotta love it. You can have faith in that. You can rely on her to do what's right for you. She's an A tier. Miriam, C tier. She's basically Monica, but more boring. Less interesting color scheme, less interesting story. She's just a soldier from a squad of soldiers that got wiped out except for her one little squad. That's about as far as it goes. Can she be a fun character? Sure, but not nearly as interesting as Monica, so I gotta drop her down a couple of tiers. Sorry, Miriam fans. Nina, D tier. She's annoying. Now, she's not actually that bad, but there's nothing compelling about her. Don't really like her design. Don't really like her story. For those of you who love her, great. But at the end of the day, she really just doesn't do anything for me, so I can't put her any higher than the bottom of the barrel. Oclise, S tier. 100%. Angel waifu. Love it. Pops off with a hair trigger temper at the slightest provocation. Love it. Is also self-aware enough to know that she probably shouldn't be popping off like that. Huge. She's a baddie. She looks good. She flies around. She'll kick people's asses in the name of the Lord. I cannot say enough how awesome Oclise is. And she's got a great voice. She looks good doing what she does. Oclise, S tier. Prim, B tier. Totally fine. Cute design. Love the red hair. Love a good cleric, but at the same time, kind of generic. She's the healer waifu. She's the one that everyone expects you to go for, kind of like Scarlet, who we'll talk about soon. Not really my type, but also nothing wrong with her. B tier is where it's at. Leah, also B tier. Kind of demure, but strong, willing to fight for her lord, for the things she believes in. That's great, but her design, kind of boring. There are more interesting sword fighters out there, male or female. Aramis, we'll talk about him on the Husbando tier list, which is coming after this one. More interesting character. Not really a whole lot that I can go for, but there's not really anything there that's wrong either. Middle of the tier sounds good. Ramona, again, I'm not a furry. I'm not interested in owls. Is she a fun character? Absolutely. Would literally never pick her for my waifu. Has to go to the bottom of the barrel. Sorry, owl lovers. It's my tier list. I'm not interested. We're moving on. Rhaenys, B tier. Again, kind of just like demure, devoted soldier of Albion. Like, attractive design, sure, but she's no Oclise. There's nothing wrong with her, but I'm also not super interested. A very good middle-of-the-road option. Rosalinda, S tier. Knows what she wants, will go for it, is not afraid to join up with the heroes and to do what needs to be done to save her sister and her country. She looks awesome doing what she does. She's an awesome mage. She's an awesome combatant, and she is not afraid to get right up in Elaine's face and tell him exactly what she wants. And that type of confidence, that's what we like around here. S tier. Easy. We love our Dark Elves. Scarlet, B tier. Nothing wrong with her. Interesting enough storyline, but again, kind of generic. She's the healer love interest. She's the one that everyone expects the hero to get with. She's got a little bit of a mysterious backstory. She gets kidnapped. You have to save her. She could get possessed. It's very standard. Nothing wrong with it. Not particularly interesting. Can't put her any higher or lower than the middle of the road. Sharon, S tier. Probably a necromancer. Have you ever wondered why her entire quest line, where you go to all these cemeteries, you get all this cursed, undead, gravekeeper gear from helping her out? Weird, white hair, red eyes, always reading books, seems to wonder if she's more powerful than the clearly superior angel. She's a necromancer in training or in hiding, and I love me some necromancers. Cute design, interesting character, quite possibly evil. S tier, no questions. Selvi, A tier. Again, dark magic, dealing with spirits, kind of low, husky, vocal fry voice with a fun, interesting design, who is not afraid to say when she's interested in someone, "Hello, Bruno. Selvi wants your number." What's a number? Don't worry about it. It'll get invented someday, and when it does, you're going to give her your number. Selvi's great. Not quite A tier because I'm not 100% on board with her overall vibe. Hair doesn't really do it for me. Headpiece doesn't really do it for me. Wear one of the skull masks that her fellow shamans and druids wear, then we're talking. But as it is, A tier, still pretty damn good. Tatiana, S tier. Sleepy women, goth women, literally involved with necromancy, literally wants to kill the hero, green hair, gotta love it. She is the bomb. Plague Doctor mask, I'm in. Fights you in the middle of a rainy scene while lamenting the death of the man that she loves, who you killed to further achieve the goals that you need to achieve, and swears vengeance upon you. I mean, what's there not to love? Will literally kill you if given the chance. It has to be S tier. Umaris, B tier. Just discount Oaklease. Blonde angel waifu with a sword, but is also kind of just an asshole because she's a traitor. That's about as far as it goes. Less interesting personality, but the design is good. The idea is there. She's the prototype for the master. Gotta be B tier. Unifi, A tier. Orange hair, I love orange. Thick thighs, we love thick thighs. Archer, we love archery. Not the most interesting story, though, and may also potentially be a furry, and I'm not into furries, so she loses a point off of that, but she's definitely still A tier. Virginia, S tier. Same exact reasons as Queen Elenia. She's not a queen, but she will still kick ass. Doesn't have the best personality, but it's alright. Her every other quality makes up for it, and guess what? She ain't my sibling or cousin or related to me in any way. If you want to talk about weirdness with having her marry Elaine, that's fine, because that's kind of weird. But I ain't Elaine, so she goes in S tier. Finally, Yana, the one and only, the witch that everyone fawns over. I'm kind of not super interested in her. B tier. She's great, don't get me wrong. Fun character, interesting storyline, good voice, fun design, just like all the other witches, but there's nothing that really speaks to me and my interests in the way that a lot of the other ladies do, so it's got to be a B tier. That's it. That's the list. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. My name has been Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there, and remember, be good to each other. Bye.